Today, guys, we're gonna be installing one of these Z flashers right here. Let's get at it. These Z flashers right here, guys, are awesome. So what they do is they take the factory lights through the body control module, and it will flash it in alternating patterns, just like some emergency lights. So there's two different ways that this thing can install. So one is gonna be just with the harness that they send, okay? There's a momentary button right here. This will turn it on, turn it off. Let me correct myself. There's three ways. The second way is through the headlight switch, okay? So you'll hold your high beams on for, I think it's 3 to 5 seconds. It'll activate it, same thing to turn it off. The third way, which is what we like to do here, is we'll still use this harness, but we'll hook up to the blue wire here onto the customer's factory upfitter switches. So these upfitter switches in, you'll turn it on, it'll activate it, turn it off, it turns it back off. Your body control module is down here on the passenger side kick panel, okay? And then this harness will plug into the body control module. The plug that you pull off will go into this side. And then there's a little ground post, which is up in there as well. The body control module, it's real tight up in here, but the body control module is the exact same. So this will be latched in there like this. You'll push this tab down, pull that lever, and then release it from the body control module. So this again will go into here. Same thing, just reattach it, and we're gonna reattach this into the body control module. So again, we're gonna attach our ground right here to this factory ground post. And this is a 13 millimeter or 1/2 inch nut, 13 1/2 inch, pretty much the exact same. Now we have that installed. What we'll do is we'll tie this up real nice, and I'm gonna show you the two different ways that we can activate it without hooking it up to the upfitter switch. On the module itself too, you need to make sure in your instructions, I have it pulled up here electronically, they also send a paper copy. There's 6 what they call dip switches on the back. What these will do is enable high beam, low beam, reverse lights, and then where it really becomes critical is this truck's an XLT, so it has the halogen lights, both front and rear. So we're gonna flop it to halogen, which is gonna be pushed up. And then the strobe will show you the differences between 5 and 6, between 5 up and down, and then 6 up and down. We always like to enable both high beam and low beam and the reverse light because we want all the lights to flash. The cool thing about it is if you want to turn on your blinker while these things are going, the factory portion will then take over. So your blinker will still work when you hit the blinker, vice versa on left, right, brake light, however that works. As soon as you come off that signal, it'll go right back to flashing. So that's what's really cool about that as well. But we'll play with the dip switches here in a second just to show you exactly how that works as well. Little bitty dip switches right here, 1 through 6, and then you'll just toggle them either up or down depending on your application. So we're gonna be in the truck now. I'm gonna show you how this works. Turn the key on. Okay, on your headlight switches, make sure that it's turned off when you're testing everything. Again, the factory stuff will override the Z flasher. So if your headlights are on automatic and they are on, your headlights will turn on and stay on and they won't flash. You'll be sitting here wondering why your low beams aren't flashing. We're gonna hold this back for 5 seconds on the high beams. Once they start going, you can let off, and then we'll go to the front and show you how that's gonna work. Headlights are flashing, fog lights are flashing. This is currently on strobe mode enabled. So we'll swap that here in a second. We'll come around to the rear. We'll show you how that's working. Brake lights, your top cab light will go on and off. And then also your license plate lights actually will flash as well. Strobe mode disabled is probably one of my favorites just because it goes back and forth a lot better. Here's gonna be the other way that we can activate it. Again, I still have this torn apart. I'll have to put it back together, but the button I was talking about earlier, okay, we'll hold this button down until everything starts flashing, which now we're flashing. And again, simple as holding it down again, and it goes back to factory mode. So you can run this back across the dash, mount this anywhere. It does have a little sticky 3M tape. So you can stick that anywhere the dash if you don't have upfitter switches or you don't want to use them. And then, yeah, make it activate that way, again, or off the headlight switch, whichever your preference is. I said we like to do the upfitter switch just because it's on and off, very simple to use. And you don't have to remember to hold the headlight switch or try and tell your buddy or coworker or whoever's got to use the truck how to activate it every single time.